Yo, what is up, YouTube? It's Easy Game here. So this is going to be the first video in a series of videos that I plan on making, the Bronze to GM Challenge. So basically what I plan on doing is for every new character that comes out in Marvel Rivals, or for certain characters that already exist that are maybe considered off meta or weak or bad, I'm going to do Bronze to GM challenges on them. And then afterwards I'm going to make a video just like this, where I talk about the experience, was it hard, was it difficult, what happened, what I learned, stuff like that. And then as well as what I think about the character as a whole, buffs, what I think needs to be changed, buff, nerf, stuff like that. And then, of course, some gameplay videos of the actual games themselves on the way up or at the peak, and stuff like that. So yeah, that's my plan. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. If you guys do, definitely subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, like the video, all that stuff. It helps me out a ton in the YouTube algorithm, so I definitely appreciate that, guys. As you guys know, I'm a former World of Warcraft creator. This is kind of my first type of content for Marvel Rivals, so if you guys do enjoy it, I definitely appreciate the subscribes and the likes and stuff like that. All right, so first thing we'll go over is, what was the experience like? Was it hard? What was my win rate? All that stuff like that. So just for full transparency, this was purely solo queue. I didn't want anything to interfere with the the point of what I was doing. So I didn't duo queue with anybody. It's pure solo queue. I also never played another character. I didn't even, as you can see, look, I didn't swap characters at all. I only played Mr. Fantastic. I wanted it to be as authentic and pure as possible, so I didn't ever swap. Even when my teammates were yelling at me or saying whatever, dumb stuff they were saying, I just stuck to Mr. Fantastic, stayed on him the whole time, never swapped, just to make sure that everything was pure, unadulterated, no BS, right? So those two things are very important. As far as, I think I went 46, let me look at my notes to make sure I get it. Okay, so 46-9 was my record when I hit GM3, which is about an 83% win rate, which is pretty good. I honestly thought it would be worse. I thought it would be harder playing this character, because I don't think this character is considered very strong or a heavy hard carry character. So I thought, I would have been happy with a 70%, 75% win rate. But 83% is pretty good, especially considering some of these games were just really unlucky and they just weren't winnable. Like this one, I'm sure, was just completely unwinnable. We probably had 2 kills on our team. There was one really bad one, but I think it was actually in GM, so I don't really need to show it to you guys. But as you can see, I got MVP a lot on this character. So even in these Diamond 1 games, look at what I had to do, in my Diamond 1, Diamond 2, what is this, 6 MVP smashes in a row? This is how I know the character's not as bad as people think, because if he was, this wouldn't be possible, right? No matter how good I am at the game or bad or whatever, getting MVP 6 times in a row on a character is hard, right? So, and then, I still get it after that too, right? So the character is definitely not as bad as people think. I don't think he's great afterwards, but yeah. So it was pretty smooth sailing, honestly. It wasn't super hard. It definitely wasn't as hard as I thought it would be. It took about 2 days, less than 12 hours, maybe 15 hours, less than 15 hours to play. It wasn't too bad. I expected it to be a lot worse, but yeah, that was the process. So now I'm going to talk about what I think needs to be changed about the character, what I think about the character as a whole, stuff like that, and what I learned from my experience. So I don't think that Mr. Fantastic is a bad character. I know most people, you don't really like seeing this character on your team, and it seems really terrible and unplayable and bad. And I do partially agree he's not that good of a character. There's definitely better options out there. I think he's actually pretty strong versus dive characters like Spider-Man and Black Panther, because just the way he attacks and being able to shield your teammates. He's very mobile. He's kind of unkillable for a little bit as well. He's tanky. I think he's pretty good against dive. I wouldn't say he's the best. Namor's definitely still better, but he's there. He's good. I was destroying Spider-Mans and Black Panthers that were giving my backline trouble. He's definitely good versus that stuff, but like I said, there's just better options. He does get a little bit better when some of those better options start getting banned, because then he starts looking a little bit more appealing. As far as what I think needs to be changed about the character, I think it's just pretty much buffs. I don't think he needs any nerfs. He's definitely not good enough to warrant any nerfs. The main thing that I think needs to be changed that bothered me the most about playing this character is his animations inflating and deflating. So Cloak and Dagger is a similar character that has 2 different forms. It's a little bit different, but it's the same essentially, right? And if you guys remember in Season 1, the first patch, or maybe it was before that, I don't remember when it happened, but they sped up the transition time between Cloak and Dagger, the transformation time. They sped that up They like doubled the speed of it basically, right? And it was a huge change, and it did a lot for the character that people don't even quite realize it, but it was huge. It was huge. As a Cloak and Dagger player, it was huge. You'll notice it right away. To the point where it's actually faster to switch to Cloak, left click for a second, and then switch back than to do the reload animation, which I think is cool. It's like another layer of, you know, little skill that you can add into a character. I don't know. I grew up in Halo 2. Like, Halo 2 was my game. And, you know, BXR, double shot, stuff like that. These glitches in the game that, like, aren't really intended, but they added like this layer of skill to make the game a little bit more complex and develop the skill cap. I like stuff like that, and to me that kind of feels similar. But anyways, as far as Mr. Fantastic goes, what I'm talking about, I'll show you right here. There's an animation when you inflate or deflate. It's right here. You see that? It was about a second to a second and a half where he goes whoop and gets big, and then when he shrinks, there's another animation. This also happens at the end of your ult, by the way, that same animation. This animation is very clunky, very annoying, and I hate it. I hate it. I think this is the thing that needs to change the most about this character, and I think changing this will be a substantial buff to this character, because there were so many times where, I'll give you an example right here. Look, let me get this low. Okay, let's just say I want to punch this guy one more time to kill him. That short little 1.5 second animation right there, where I can't swing, I can't attack, I can't do anything, might have cost me this kill, right? This guy might have gotten healed. Maybe he like presses an ult or something. I lost so many kills because just at this certain time I would transform and I couldn't swing for that last final hit, and they would get healed up, or something would happen, and I would die, or whatever it is, and I couldn't kill them. And then vice versa. There was a lot of times where, you know, hopefully I can do it. Killed all the. So I'd go big form, right? And I'm in this big form, and then this shield breaks. This 950 shield breaks, and I'm like, oh, I need to get out of this form and press my shift. So you see how I just did that, right? There's like a second to a second and a half animation before I can actually press shift, and I died so many times from this. And it's so clunky and so frustrating. I don't think they need to get rid of the animation altogether. I just think it needs to be like double the speed, to where it's like almost unnoticeable. It'll just make the characters feel so much better to play, so much less clunky. I think this is the core buff that needs to happen. Give them the Cloak and Dagger treatment. Speed up these animations. This is like the main buff that I'm gonna preach for. This one right here. There's other things that I think should happen, but this is the main one, and I don't think that this will cause too much problems. It definitely won't make the character OP, but it will make the character feel so much better to play, and it definitely will improve the character. Another thing is his shift. So his shift, as you can see, it absorbs 300 damage, and then it reflects it back in like a projectile. So this, people thought when this was coming out that, oh, he absorbs 300 damage, he's going to do 300 back. No, that's not the case. He doesn't do 300 damage back. I believe he does, it's either 200 back or like 225 or something. It's less than 250 because it doesn't one-shot any squishy character. So I know it's less than 250. I think it's 200. I'm not 100% certain on that, but it's less. It's not enough to one-shot. Personally, this, you know, the first buff I suggested, most people are probably going to agree with it. This one, some people will probably think I'm fried for thinking this, okay? And I don't blame you. But personally, I think that this shift should reflect all 300 damage back. The reason I think this is because it's not because I think this ability is weak. I actually think it's really strong. It's an iframe essentially, but I just think that it would be so much more fun to play this character if you could do this, and if the enemy team plays like apes and just fully breaks it, and then you one-shot a support behind them. You know how funny and fun that would be to be able to do that? I think that would just be so fun, and it would add so much like skill and like play it. Like the enemy team would have to play around this ability, whereas right now they just ignore it. Like most people just beat into this and still kill you. They don't care. They don't care about the 300 damage or 200 damage that comes back. They don't care about it, especially tanks. They don't care. They just kill you through it. They don't care. But it would be so nice to have the enemy team like be like, oh, like he's big, he's squared up. Don't hit him. Don't hit him. I don't want my support in the back to get one shot. They'd have to play around it. So it wouldn't be OP because then people would just have to use their brain and not beat into it. But if they don't, you can punish them. So I like that type of risk reward. Like punish people for bad play. I like that kind of stuff, so that's why I want it to happen. But I can understand why people might not want this in the game. One-shots are just not fun. You know, I wouldn't want to be the support that's in the back getting one-shot because my, you know, idiot teammates are just wailing into a Mr. Fantastic. I wouldn't want that. So I can kind of understand, but at the same time, I just think it'd be so fun for the character to be able to do that. So that's another suggestion I have. Not as important as the first one, but I like it. I like the idea. And then the last suggestion I'll give is his ultimate ability. So his ultimate, most people think it's just the worst ult in the game, and you might be right, honestly. No, actually, you're not right. You're not right. It's definitely not the worst ultimate in the game. Is it good? No, it's not good. Compared to the other ults in the game, it's not that good. But it is definitely underrated. It is definitely underrated. I've gotten so many kills. In fact, on my way up, I had so many people in the games like type or use voice chat, and they're like, wow, I've never seen people get so many kills with that ult. Like, it's not as bad as I thought. Like, because it isn't as bad as people think. Is it good? No, but it's definitely better than people think. But I do think that it should be changed. There's two things I think that should be changed about it. One, I think that when you press it, you should automatically get the big man shield and go big form. Because your character does. Your character does go big form in the animation itself. So why don't I get the big man shield? It doesn't really make sense from like a aesthetic standpoint, and from a gameplay standpoint, it sucks. It just makes it to where every time you want to press this ult, you have to build up your elasticity and make sure that you're in big man. And you also have to make sure that right when you go big form, you use it. That way you get the most out of the shield and you don't die while you're ulting. It just makes it clunkier to use, and it's a feels bad type situation, right? It's not that big of a deal, but it is a feels bad. I would just prefer, and I think it would just make the gameplay so much smoother if it just automatically gave you the shield and put you into big form. So that's one suggestion. Another thing is there's 6 bounces. I think that's too many. And for those of you guys who don't know how it works, the way it works is each bounce, it progressively does more damage. I think the final hit does 100 damage. I think it might be 150 or 125, but I'm pretty sure it's around there. The last hit hits the hardest, the 6th one. But of course, you know, after the 3rd one, you have to be hitting something or you don't get subsequent bounces, right? So after the 3rd one, you have to hit, and then you have to hit again, and you have to hit again, and then boom, your 6th bounce. I just think 6 is too many. That's a long time to be like bouncing up in the air, not being able to press your buttons, being vulnerable to being shot, right? It's just, it feels weird. It feels weird. It's too many bounces. I think they should lower it to either 4 or 5. I think 4 personally. And with that, they can lower, you know, the subsequent bounce requirement to like 2. So after the 2nd one, you have to hit to get the 3rd and the 4th. That's fine. But I do think that 6 is too many. And I think the damage of the ultimate overall is actually pretty good. I think that's fine. I don't know how much it does as a whole, but it's enough. It's enough. It's just that it's too spread out and too slow. So with 4 bounces, all, you know, adding up to doing the same damage it does now, it would be a pretty good ultimate. Like, supports would have to press or they'll die. So I think that's probably what I would do for it, those 2 buffs. That might be overkill doing both, but I don't think so. I think his ult is just probably one of the worst parts of his kit right now. It's, like I said, it's not terrible, and it's definitely underrated, but it is probably the worst part in this kit. And I think that these buffs would go a long way to make his ult a threat that has to be, you know, recognized. I also mentioned a little bit earlier, you know, like team comps for this character, what you kind of need to make this character kind of shine. I think the main thing that I learned is that you really, really need another frontline tank on your team for this character to shine. You can definitely make it work without it, but it's just a lot harder, and I don't think you can really pull out the most of this character without it. That means, like, you know, from my experience, like Strange, Magneto, Groot, like these were all good pairings with this character to like be up there with me, you know. Mainly it's just to like be another person absorbing damage when my shift's off cooldown, you know, just up there with me, so I can kind of just, when my shift's off cooldown, I'm out of big form, I can back up, you know, rebuild it, right? Get a little bit of breathing room. Without a Groot, without a Magneto, without a Doctor Strange, you don't have that breathing room, so you just have to like play LOS a lot. You can never dive the backline ever, because there's just nothing happening on your front line if you do that, and their whole team just turns around and kills you. So you need that other front line to enable this character, because this character actually is pretty good at diving backline in certain situations, and it's also good at fighting frontline. So it's kind of like a jack of all trades, master of none type situation. where you need these other like tools to kind of make use of the tools that you have. That's how it felt for me personally. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Of course, your healers need to be good. That goes for any character. I think this character relies on heals a little bit more than some of the other duelists because, you know, he's frontlining, he's taking more damage, and he's kind of a slow, you know, he doesn't like insta-kill people, right? So you kind of have to be healed to like maximize your damage and efficiency. That you know, that's up for debate, but the main thing is just another tank. You really need another frontline, beefy shield tank, or even a Groot to be there with you. I had games where I had like a Penny as my other tank, or a Thor. I had a lot of Thors, and it just felt awful. It felt awful to play this character when that's all I had, because there's just nothing to take pressure off me when I needed it. This character is a very like go in, go out type character, sort of. You don't have to go. It's not like Wolverine where you just fully disengage. You can kind of partially disengage. But when you partially disengage, you need someone else to take the heat. Otherwise, you're just going to die. And it's just like you can't really do much. And like I said, you can't do what this character does well, which is like go to the back line when the opportunity arises and kill their healers, because he's actually pretty good at that. And you can't do that when you don't have another front line keeping like the front line busy while you do it. So that's the main thing. It's just another tank. All right, so now that we've gotten that the buffs and stuff like that out of the way, now I'm going to talk about some things I learned along the way, some tips and tricks. The main thing is just making sure you're paying attention to this elasticity. You want to be edging this the whole time. I'm not sure if that's the right word, but that's what I would say. So you want to be edging this to like around 70. 70 is like the sweet spot to where like one button press will get you into big form. That's where you kind of want to be at for the most of the part, right? So this is going to put me a 99 right here. See, 99. Which is fine. One more auto attack transforms me. Okay, so you want to be able to control this as best as you can, like when you're shifting into it and when you're not into it, because my next point is that being in the big man form isn't always good. I know a lot of people that play this character, they don't ever want to cancel their big form because it does less damage, but there's several reasons why you're going to want to cancel this form a lot. Actually, you're going to find yourself wanting to cancel it. Number one is the range on your autos is a lot shorter when you're big man form. So I'll show you right here. It's not a lot shorter, but it is shorter. So see, I can hit this thing from here, right? So let's try to go big form without moving. I don't want to move, so I can show you. So I can hit this thing from here. Let me see how far I can go. So is it right here? Okay, so this is the limit. Okay, so let's get big form real quick. And I'll show you, because I definitely won't be able to hit this thing with big form from here. So, alright, so here we go. As you can see, I clearly can't hit it. Let's see how close I have to get to hit it. It's about half the range, maybe even a little bit less than half of the range, but it's definitely a lot shorter. So that's number one, your range gets shorter, so if you have to hit something far away, you don't always want to be in big form. You want to cancel it to finish something off. Another thing is, Mr. Fantastic is actually a surprisingly mobile character. You have two of these dashes. You know, you can use it to engage. You can use it to get away, to get to an enemy. It also gives you and your teammate a shield. So he's very mobile, but unfortunately, when you're in big form, you can't use these buttons. So you're kind of just like, you just turn yourself into like this big target that can't move. So like, it's not good for chasing people. It's not good for contesting high ground. You know, for example, if there's an enemy at high ground, and I need to get to them because he's, you know, destroying my team. Like, I can't be in big form and get to him, right? I have to go up there in small form, right?
Well, hello there.
So this is another reason to cancel your form. Let's say I'm in big form down here. I'll just do it real quick.
That was unusually satisfying.
But then there's somebody up here that's like really low HP, and I'm like, oh, I need to kill this guy. I'll cancel it, and then I'll dash to him. Right? So that's another example. Obviously, your shift, you can't press that while you're in big form as well. There's a lot of times where you just can't really get away with popping out in big form. So the main thing, this is probably going to be the best tip for people trying to play this character, is once you go big form, you'll see that I get a shield, right? That gives me a total of 950 health. But most of that is a shield that diminishes, right? So let's say I'm popping out and I'm getting my hits in, but right when I pop out, there's like a Punisher in a turret or with infinite ammo, and he just shreds through that shield. And I almost die. He gets me to 350 health, but I still have like 5 seconds left on the big man. I get out of line of sight, but I get healed, but it's only to 350 health. At that point, you almost always want to cancel the big form, because it's just not worth it to pop back out while you're that big of a target with just 350 health. you want to just cancel it and then just get another one. Just go back into being small guy form, you know, dashing around, getting your punches in, and then just get another shield. The more that you're going in and out of this form, the more shielding you get, the tankier you are. Because once that shield goes away, when you're in big form, it doesn't come back until you go into big form again. So honestly, a lot of times, once that shield went away, if I was still in danger, I would just cancel. I would just cancel the form. Even if I got healed, because you only get healed to 350 health. You don't get healed past that because it's a shield past that. So that's another thing. Oh, also, I mean, the right click, those of you guys who don't know, whatever direction you move, when you press the second part, it drags them in that direction a little bit. So a lot of times, like, let's say it's a tank right here. And I want to, I mean, it drags them towards you, but you can kind of like move it around to like drag them towards where you want it to be, right? And then of course, if you hit, well, we're gonna have to wait for the cooldown. But if you hit two people, like you've hit someone with the first part, you can drag them to another target like this, collide them together. I wouldn't worry about that too much. You don't always need to do that. I think dragging one target to you is almost, it's like more important most of the time. You can get people out of position a lot, especially if you have like a Groot on your team that's walling people. Like you just, and then or a lot of times what would happen is I would grip somebody to us a little bit because this grip isn't that strong. That's actually another buff that maybe they can do to the character, is make this grip a little bit stronger. I don't know. That's dangerous territory though, but they could maybe make it a little bit stronger. But I would drag somebody, and then my invisible one would drag them back farther, right? So you can kind of combo it with other characters that have pullbacks and stuff like that. But yeah, but mostly it's just use this to keep your elasticity up. Like when you're moving to point, when you're in spawn room, like just throw this at the wall and just, or the ceiling, and just, it keeps your elasticity up. It gives you more than you lose in the cooldown. So even just pressing left click, as you can see, it's going up by like 10 each time I press it. Just pressing this, without pressing my shield, will get you to, you know, that edge point where you want to be. And then honestly, I think that's pretty much it as far as this part of the video goes. The rest of the video is going to be the gameplay footage. I'm picking one game specifically. I think I was in Diamond when this game happened. I just feel like it was one of my biggest pop-off games on this character. Surprisingly, it was actually at a higher rating than my, you know, Silver. You know, you would think like, oh, like you have a crazy pop-off game in Bronze, who cares? But my craziest game, I think, was actually in Diamond, which is the one I'm going to show you guys after this. And then, of course, the game that actually got GM, that one will be in there as well. So the rest of this video is just going to be the gameplay. If you guys appreciate it, the video and all the stuff that I, you know, have said prior to this, and you guys like it, you want to see more stuff like this in the series, please subscribe to the channel. Please comment, like the video. It helps me out a ton, guys. As you guys know, I'm you know, I was a WoW streamer for over 3 years. Wow, almost, I think 4 years. And I'm shifting my content to Marvelrivals because, you know, Blizzard is Blizzard, right? So it definitely helps me out a lot if you guys are subscribing and commenting on the Marvelrivals video. So I appreciate it a lot, guys. But anyways, enjoy the gameplay, guys. And until next time, I'll see you guys there. I'm a victim of burning my nipples off because I cooked bacon shirtless. Sounds like you're living the dream, bro.
To win this one. All you need to do is capture the mission area.
Look, I'm sorry to break the news, but they're not. Like, it's just not a thing.
Double the failure.
Like the fucking dog, bro. Give it a piece of meat, it's gonna fucking eat it. Your dog's not a vegan either.
Hello there.
I'm like afraid to go in here, but once I get old, I can go in. Might go in here. I think that I can't go in.
Magic, nice.
This guy's kind of inting, bro. Low key. My healer dead.
That almost hurt. Double the fun.
I'm just gonna ult then.
Shield activated. Fantastic!
Group.
The only way we win this is together.
Us against the world.
Hello there.
We win here after cool. I'll use mine.
Gotta beat the Adam, bro. Kill the Adam, or he's gonna res. I gotta run after him. He's gonna try to res again. I don't know if he has res actually. That hero kind of sucks.
Futile attempt.
He does have res, but it might be too late. I'm just gonna kill him again. The hero sucks balls.
Get that vehicle to its destination.
Let me return the favor. Fantastic!
Magic. You bar yourself up there? Oh my god, bruh.
Whatever, bro. I have to assert my dominance, man. Like, I gotta go in, bro. I ain't a bitch.
I'm not ready to give up yet.
Gotta go in, bro.
Together to victory!
It was worth it. No, I died. It was worth it.
Your powers are mine!
Against the world!
Wait, they're not playing in the Corporal right now. Ooh, focus one. I'm dead as fuck, but it's whatever. Got her. Woo, worth it. Why is the US so woke? It's not really the entire US. Most of the US isn't like that. It's just the vocal minority, like California,
I vote.
New York. Like the biggest cities are like that, but most of the US is not like that. Most of the US is just your true-blooded, fucking gritty, like fucking, you know, American, stereotypical American, honestly. Please heal. Please heal. Please heal.
Well, hello there.
Bro, what? Okay, I just have to play back. I don't know, my team's getting shit on by God knows what. I think the magic is just soloing my backline? I don't know. I just have to play front, back to front, I think. I did not mean to do that, but... Such a fat finger. Blocking heals. Blocking heals.
You made me believe in magic.
Please heal.
You're halfway there. Keep going.
Bro, what is killing me?
Enemy ahead. Prepare to engage. Your powers are mine!
Against the world!
Almost hurt.
Only 60 seconds left.
Together, feeling victory! We're wasting precious time. Of course. You hello there. Here they come. Shield activated. A futile attempt.
Final 10 seconds.
Bro. Oh, I'm zoning all the healers and my team is just dead, bro. Like how? How'd we ulted too?
Help, please.
Maybe we can full hold, I doubt it. I think this is a loss.
0.
Cringe triple heal. My team doesn't want to cringe triple heal, so we just lose.
Which side side you're on.
This character's really weak versus triple
I've
heal,
seen wonders out
and
there
I'm
that cosmos
also doing the
few
most,
humans
so
will
that's
ever
just a
behold.
loss.
The right heroes could make
If I'm doing the
all
most
difference.
versus triple healer, then we can't win. It's just not possible.
1. You have to stop them from securing the mission area.
I actually wish Adam Warlock was good. I like the character. I just don't like the way they designed him.
In front of us. Look out from behind us. What a relief. My life force is exposed. Well, hello there. On your six.
You won't.
Oh, they double ulted. I hope we have a support ult, or we're gonna die.
Good work, Susan. Fantastic! Supernatural.
My ult just got fucked.
We're vastly outnumbered. One down. Hunt them. I unleash the
Double KO!
stronger than that. Feeling fantastic.
3.
I don't know if we needed that, but whatever. Better safe than sorry, I guess.
Whatever that off was, is gone now.
Nice.
That almost hurt. Our enemies are near.
Sneaking from behind.
Got a shield guide us to retreat.
Of course.
I've got you.
Good to
The
go.
grab didn't go off.
What a relief. Fantastic! The moon haunts you.
You're on your tail. Well, that's all to worry about. Us against the world.
Born again. Your powers are mine.
Us against the world. Only 60 seconds left. Where am I? Invisible?
That's all I got. Portal, maybe? Does he have? No, he doesn't have it.
I'm not ready to give up yet.
I mean, it's not GG, but they get the point.
Down to 30 seconds.
How far did they get it? Or how far did we get it?
You
Okay,
need to
we can
stop
hold.
that vehicle in its
They only have two.
tracks.
Guys like this make it hard to
What a relief. I presume.
Every arc will be destroyed.
Better stop that vehicle.
Futile attempt. Enemy in front of us. Good work, Susan. And on. Must belong to Moon Knight. Enemy's helping me. Well, hello there.
Invisible? Better watch your back.
You're out as history, Spectre. That's one. What a relief. I've got you.
He's stuck in their tracks.
The
I'm beating his ass.
That was unusually satisfying.
Born again!
My resistance is down.
Nice, nice.
Shield activated. Behold, that child!
Hostile forces incoming. One could
Made me believe
Final 10 seconds.
against the world.
Oh,
You'll have to keep fighting until we have a winner.
I have ult. We just need one wipe.
Help. So
I'm opening a portal.
We literally just need
I'm
one
more
wipe.
resilient than you think.
anyone willing to help?
Let's hope they're still using Tony's name for good after all these years. A force field!
Better stop that vehicle.
Fantastic! Hypothesis been discovered. The only way we win this is
Double
together.
KO.
Should have known.
Oh my god.
Woo! Big dub.
2-1.
Thought we were gonna lose that one.
Another epic victory. Big win.
Diamond 1, baby. We're almost there. Damn, I did a lot. Oh my god. Holy shit. I fucking carried this game, bro. Low key. That's what we in the business call a fucking carry. I don't know, man. I'm starting to think Mr. Fantastic might be better than people think. I don't think I've lost yet today. I think I'm fucking, what, like 4-0 today or 5? And I've gotten MVP every single game, actually, I think. I've had this DJ Custer guy on my team like fucking 5 times in a row, bro. It looks like we're dueling.
Winning isn't always about hitting harder. Sometimes it's about thinking.
Look at this fucking cute little baby boy. Oh. God damn, you're a cute cat, huh? Look at you. Look at him.
The battle
His
starts
legs.
in 5,
You don't give a
4,
shit.
3, 2, 1. All you need to do is capture the mission area. Got it?
No complaints. This is just a normal Tuesday in our family.
I think it's time for a fucking haircut. I've been letting the hair grow out. I don't like it anymore. I think I'm gonna get a haircut soon.
Vortex field.
I just had to see how far I could grow it out. But I don't like it anymore. Oh, they have a widow. I'm gonna beat the fuck out of that guy.
Looks like the mission area
1
is
HP.
yours to capture now. The mission area is yours.
That almost hurt.
Just embrace the light. They got behind you.
Worth! Gotta assert dominance. So worth.
I'm not ready to give up yet.
That's not good. That's not good.
They've got the
Probably lose the point here.
Defense is the key.
They have a tactical advantage, a sniper.
Control lost.
Okay, that guy's cheating.
Double KO.
Wait, he actually is. What the fuck?
That's 3.
I'm not gonna say for sure, but looked a little sketchy, I must say. The first shot.
Please.
Could be a replay thing, but That guy's cheating. That guy's 100% cheating now. I don't think he's missed. Oh, he missed one right there. He might just be getting lucky, honestly. I don't know.
Half of the mission area. Keep going.
Maybe he's not cheating. Just a dweeb. That was pretty sketchy, though. I'm gonna rage bait and call him a cheater anyways, though. You already know I am. The second that Widow pops up, I'm rushing him down.
Glory's almost yours. Double KO.
I'm opening a portal.
Oh, it's our portal.
I am Groot.
Let me return the favor.
No simple function to resist Dr. Strange.
We'll have to keep fighting until we have a winner.
The moon haunts you.
Good night.
Disappear.
Fear Magneto.
Easy dub.
Everything eventually ends.
I'm gonna rage bait this Black Widow so hard at the end of the game. Watch. It guaranteed to work. 100% guaranteed to work every time.
Got it?
Play him like a fucking fiddle.
In a situation as unpredictable as this, it's important to remain flexible.
What am
Go to
I,
point.
invisible?
We've been discovered.
Beware, a sniper.
Good work, Susan. Fantastic!
Gotcha, bitch ass.
Looks like the mission area is yours to capture now. The mission area is yours.
Got a tactical advantage, a sniper. A futile attempt.
Getting hurt too easily.
Shield activated.
He's low.
Opt ya.
Good night.
Opt ya.
Word in your favor.
That's my shit.
Plasma against the world.
Oh, you gotta run into the hole, buddy.
You captured more than half of the mission area. Keep going.
Kind of fucking him up in the back line, even though I died.
Their power.
I'm not ready to give up yet.
Nice, my guy popped off. I feel like this character just lives for so long. If you min-max your
Give them
elasticity.
space. I'm out.
I see a sniper.
Let me return the favor.
Glory's almost yours.
I've got you.
Bouncing on him.
By the eye of Agamotto.
Double KO.
GG, sorry about your widow. I didn't mean the question mark.
Another epic victory. Big win.
Is that it? I think that's GM. That was easy, honestly. That was pretty easy. Let's do a little recap here before we queue another one. Let's take a look at how easy this was. History. Okay. So I don't count one of the losses because my teammate DC'd when we would have won 100%. So 56-9, or no, 46-9. So we went 46-9. A lot of MVPs too. Look, almost like 70% of my games are MVP. That was easy. Wait, how much playtime do I have? 10 hours. So I'm from bronze to GM in 10 hours. I definitely could have went faster than that, but is that time only in the game? Challenge complete. Easy as fuck, boy. I already know. What do we want to do next? What do we think we should do next, guys? That was an easy challenge.